All right. Good day, everyone. You're welcome back to our channel, Chem Easy International. It's a pleasure to have you back on board. Though we've been absent from class for a couple of weeks due to circumstances beyond our capacity, and I want to assure you right from this moment that we are going to be consistent going forward. All right. Today, what do we want to achieve? Like you all know, what this channel is known for is to demystify chemistry to reach a destination within the shortest possible time. A certain destination, a principle, a theory of chemistry, we are going to try to summarize it, giving you different, simple examples readily available. So today we want to look at the periodic table. Just like for a Muslim, we have the Quran, and for each and every religion, there is a scripture that you refer to for information. The periodic table is such a scripture for all chemistry students. It is the reference with which you refer to for each and every element available. At this moment, we have about 118 elements, but depending on different strata of knowledge, depending on different levels of our education, you should know at least the first 50 elements of heart. Well, offhand. You should know the first 50 elements offhand. So students oftentimes find it difficult to memorize the first 50 elements. And if you go online, you see different tricks in memorizing the first 20 elements. But I have gone to a different level. My own interest today is to give to you the first 50 elements with one of the most simple or the simplest trick available. So on this note, I'm going to be starting with all of these 50 elements. The first 10, hi, hello, listen to BBC News on Friday nights. Hi, hello, listen to BBC News on Friday nights. You know, BBC is all over the world. It's a cable network that is all over the world. So if you could listen to it on Friday night, you should know what the first 10 elements are. Hi, hello, listen to BBC News on Friday night. Hi, hydrogen. Hello, helium. Listen, lithium. B, beryllium. B, boron. C, carbon. News, nitrogen. On, oxygen. Friday, fluorine. Night, nitrogen. The first 10 elements. The next 10, which are number 11 to 20. So you make a silly folk, such a clown, around potter's clay. If you should listen to BBC News on Friday night, you make a silly folk, such a clown, around the potter's clay. You make a silly folk, somebody who is silly, you make him a bigger clown, around potter's clay. Every potter should have a clay with which they mold different objects. So you make a silly folk, such a clown, around potter's clay. So sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, and calcium. Those are the first 20 elements. Then we move on to 21. In this part of the world, in Nigeria, there is a TV station on cable network called Silverbird. I think about it and I use it to form the element 21 to 30. This Silverbird crew, they went to a state in Nigeria called Zamfara, and they were able to maintain a first-class network coverage. So then I said, Silverbird Television, STV crew, Silverbird Television, STV crew manages first-class network coverage in Zamfara. STV crew manages first-class network coverage in Zamfara. S is scandium, T is titanium, V is vanadium, crew is chromium, manages manganese, first ferrum as in Fe for iron, class, cobalt, network, nickel, coverage, copper, and then Zamfara for zinc. STV Crew manages, in fact, these are the first row transition elements. We call them the 3D, the 3D field orbital transition elements. And in fact, for just within the limit of time, I quickly want to say this again. These transition elements, usually, they ask for, in so many different questions, you may be asked the properties of this transition element, just to chip that in. If you are asked for the properties of transition elements, just remember another mnemonic device which says, please open chemistry compass last. Please open chemistry compass last. Please, they are paramagnetic. Open oxidation states, they have variable oxidation states. Chemistry, they form colored ions. Compass, they form complexes. Last, they can be used as catalysts. Please open chemistry compass last for transition elements. STV Crew manages first class network coverage in Zamfara 21 to 30. 31 to 40, Galileo, we all know what Galileo did in physics. Galileo, in this part of the world, we have the Christian people that say we are going to Galilee. Galileo Galilei is a physicist, and I used him to carve out the 31st to 40 elements. And then I said, Galileo Gymnasium aspire to sell bright crates, robbing from Sri Lankans and Yemenis in zirconium. Robbing from Sri Lankans. We know the country called Sri Lanka. We know the country called Yemen. Galileo Gymnasium. There is a gymnasium. We know what gymnasium is all about. Galileo Gymnasium aspire to sell bright crates. We know the different conspiracy theories, especially concerning the Arabs, the Middle Eastern people, the people that have oil, they have oil. We know what, I wouldn't want to go beyond that. We know the different conspiracy theories surrounding their countries. So, for this gymnasium owned by Galileo, they wanted to sell bright crates, but they cannot get the bright crates until they rob from countries like Sri Lanka and Yemen, until they rob from citizens of Sri Lankans and Yemens. So Galileo Gymnasium aspire to sell bright crates, robbing from Sri Lankans and Yemenis in zirconium. This is gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium, bromine, krypton, rubidium, strontium, yttrium, and zirconium. This is 31 to 40. And then 41 to 50. Like I said on the periodic table, we have about 118 elements. But even to probably, advanced level, even to master's degree level, all right, that I am very much familiar with, as far as chemistry is concerned, you are expected to know the first to 50 elements. So the 41st to the 50th, all right, I then think about what to use to carve the 41st to the 50th element also. I then said, noble money teller, robbing round the podium, hanging, see this in tin, running rather, noble money teller. The tellers, they are noble in nature. Those people that work in banks, we call them tellers in this part of the world. Noble money tellers running around the podium. You know what a podium is? They are hanging CDs, compact discs. Alright, that's what we call CDs in this part of the world. In tin, noble money teller running around the podium, hanging CDs in tin, nobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, podium. Alright, no, this is palladium. Then this hanging is actually Ag for silver. See, this is a cadmium, indium, and then number 50, tin. Within the shortest possible time, I want to believe that even if you do not understand, you can pause the video, go back to the beginning, and then start again. Then jot it down. This class, the objective from the beginning of the class, I told you that I'm going to talk about how to quickly memorize the first 50 elements. Hi, hello, listen to BBC News on Friday nights. So you make a silly folk, such a clone around Potter's Clay. STV crew manages first-class network coverage in Zamfara. Galileo Gymnasium aspire to sell bright crates, robbing from Sri Lankans and Yemenis in Zirconium. Noble money teller running round the podium, hanging CDs in 10. So these are the first 50 elements and their mnemonic device. If you enjoy this video, you learn one thing or the other from the video, please like, subscribe, and share. We'll be back next week. Thank you.